Zahari, hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
Preparing for some rest for a while after a long week at work.
I have some very interesting questions for you. We've been in Italy, in Florence. You were my team leader, my facilitator, so please explain for our public how was the project?
Of course, certainly. Well, first of all, just to make it clear, this is a long-term Key Action 2 project, strategic partnership. So this is just one of many mobilities which we had throughout the past 1 year. It was a blended mobility and we were in Florence. The focus was on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The main goal of the project is to promote the values and the sustainable methods of global education to young people around the world, non-formal education especially. What we did there was we got to know each other with many young people, we shared experience, we exchanged ideas, contacts of course, which is very important. We didn't emphasize enough the sustainable goals, but this is just a reason to establish a good partnership with them and to continue on a later stage with another project, which is what we do actually.
So I see on your computer you're opening the Sustainable Development Goals. So please, I know on the project we talked about this, but I think this is one of most important parts of this. So please explain about them.
Basically, around 26 years ago, over 170 countries which are members of the United Nations, they adopted an important document which was a plan in which these sustainable goals were included. This was to improve human lives on the earth, protect the environment, sustainable living. What we have here are 17 different goals, each which is targeting a specific policy in a different sphere of politics. For example, we have no poverty policy, we have quality education, we have gender equality, there is decent work and economic growth. We have also very important ones, reduced inequalities, which is a trendy topic in the 21st century of the modern world, I think. Especially the gender equality and the reduced inequality topics. But nevertheless, this doesn't make all the other topics less important. Actually, they're all equally important. There are 17, not because it was hard for the United Nations to decide to write it more concise, to put less number, but because it is a plan. It means that slowly through each of these steps, the members of the United Nations, which are 178, have to go through together, implementing specific activities into each of them. You have examples for activities in all these fields in the website here. For example, if I click quality education, it's going to redirect me to the page where you can see the progress and information about this goal. You have for the past couple of years, you have some indicators, you have statistics, and of course it is the website of the United Nations for the Sustainable Goals. It's not the only source you can use. You can also search academic works from universities, or you can search statistics For example, the official statistics website of the European Union, Eurostat. You can gain valuable information from there. And more or less we emphasized all of these goals during the blended mobility, and at least if some people never heard of them before, they have now.
This is really helpful, thank you. But how do you feel after the project? Did it help you, or did you improve yourself in kind of a way?
Of course, me as a person who has already a lot of experience in these things, I can only say something new which I took from there. It was the ability to actively listen and to comprehend and to solve conflicts between colleagues based on intercultural differences. This was concerning the work with my colleagues there. Concerning the topic, I have never really been much interested into the United Nations activities before, because to me they're not doing a very transparent work. They're not emphasizing the real problems we have nowadays related with hunger, with refugee crisis, with conflicts. This is why I never paid a lot of attention, but now I already know there are 17 goals. I know most of them which are, and I know where to take information about it, from which websites. And of course I also saw Florence, the beautiful city of Florence, where I went into the museum and saw many interesting works. And as I always say, I may have not seen enough, I may have not taken enough from this project, but this is just one reason to go back again in the near or farther future.
Thank you!